Greetings and welcome to another Diablo 2 Resurrected video. Today I'm going to show you my Travincal Slayer for Season 10. Because of course I'm going back to Travincal, but this time I'm playing a different character. I'm playing this mysterious build that I heard so much about, which is called a Hammerdin. And it's supposed to be very strong. That's what I heard. It's my first time playing it on ladder. And I have to say, yeah, this build is nuts. It is strong, but not as strong as my favorite build, the Bladesin. Why that is, you will see in a second. But let's get into it. First, I think it's pretty standard. Most of you might know this. You put 20 points into Vigor, which boosts Blessed Hammer, which is the main damage skill. Then we put some points, here's 2, into Holy Shield to get some more blocking going. And then we fill Blessed Aim, which is also a synergy of Blessed Hammer, because they're both blessed. And then Concentration, which apparently gives the magic hammers more damage. Why that is, nobody knows, but that's how it goes. And yeah, that's it. And then I put my, well, like 1 to Redemption, 1 to Salvation, 1 to Fanaticism, if I want to use them someday. But I like to put more into Resist Fire to get maximum fire resist. Because, as I said, I love to do Travincal. What's the gear look like? This is like not a starter gear, maybe a medium gear. Not too crazy. The biggest thing maybe is Heart of the Oak, which rolled fairly poor, only 32 all res, but it gives us a huge 3 to all skills and 40 faster cast rate. Then I got the Shaco, which is pretty nice, with the perfect topaz. I get Rising Sun right now because it gives me a lot of Absorb Fire, which helps in Travincal. I actually haven't found any Paladin skill amulet. I mean, I was rocking like this one, which is nice because it's teleport charges and a few faster cast rate, which I needed before I had the Hodo to get to a certain breakpoint, but now I have the Hodo, I don't. Got Skin of the Viper Magi, also not a great roll, but plus the skills, faster cast rates, and always all that we want in an armor piece. Then Spirit, the usual stuff. It only comes with 21 base always, because it's not a great Spirit, but it's still a Spirit shield, it's very strong. Inferno Strides again helps in Travincal. Some random all-res ring. I don't even know where I found this. Then I crafted this beauty, which with 8% faster cast rate actually puts us to 125. Isn't that beautiful? Since this spirit is only 27, this 8 is very important. We could reroll the spirit here to 35 and could go with a different belt. But I don't want to reroll the spirit in this 21 always base shield. So yeah, we are still waiting for a better base. Raven Frost just for the cannot be frozen. I mean, the mana's nice, I guess, and the cold absorb is kinda okay, but it's mainly for the cannot be frozen. Ideally, I guess it would champ the Shaco and then get a perfect Nagel for more magic find, or a Stone of Jordan for more damage. And then Mage Fist just for the fast cast rate. Different assortment of all res or resistance charms. I actually found decent large charms this time around. Look at all my large charms. Look at this beauty. 8 faster hit recovery, 8 all res. Isn't that beautiful? 7 all res, 5 all res. Not great, not the best, but you know, we are starting out, so 8 fast hit recovery. This one is kind of a joke. 6 better chance, but I still have room because I haven't found anything better, so that's why we got it. This one is kind of nice. 7.5 for poison rest. So you can see the stats here. I just got like random 115 strength. I don't even know why. I don't even know how much I need right now, but I think this is a good point. I'll get like 100 strength or something, depending if I ever get Enigma, what I'm gonna use as a base. And then we got enough decks to have max block if we cast Holy Shield, so 75%. I think we have a little bit too much dexterity because maybe the shield is not as great, maybe this, I don't know. Rest into Vitality, and then you see the rest bit, we got the bonus Fire Rest, which is pretty nice in Travincal. On weapon switch, just a teleport staff. Of course, ideally we would have a CTA in Spirit here. And then for my Mercenary, which is dead because we did some Travincal, I did some Travincal before that. I got an Act 1 currently with Insight, Smoke, and Chrono Thieves. So nothing too great. Ideally, if I want to farm Travincal, I want some Act 2 Merc with Guardian Angel, Kira's Guardian, and yeah, maybe Insight. I don't know if I need Insight just for Travincal. So probably a Reaper Stall would even be better to ensure that the Merc lives. And yeah, I've been doing some Terror Zones, I've been doing the pits, and then like before I got like some of these gear pieces which actually made me like strong enough to do Travincal yeah, in a, let's say, comfortable manner. Because before I actually died quite a few times before I had like maybe 87% fire rest, so the Furnace Strides helped, and the Rising Sun of course helps a lot, the Hodo helps, and then the 125 FCR helps as well as the Shaco with 10% fizz damage reduced, because right now I'm not dying through the Hydras in Trav. Maybe if I'm cursed and they have like a Might and Fanaticism aura, I take a big beating. But other than that, it's just, you know, running in here and then getting in position. That's kind of annoying with the hammer sometimes. And then just, you know, go ham. I don't have a good magic find yet. So yeah, we got a set and a, that's kind of cute actually, Umbral. We got like a set and a unique right here, but the magic find is only 87%, right? So it's kind of okay. You can see the Mercenary died, of course, because you need a huge fire res on them. And maybe life leech, so they survive. But yeah, this is easy now, and I have sub 1 minute runs, so I'm averaging less than 1 minute runs. But let me show you what the Blade Fury Sin in, for me, Verse gear can do. So if I go here, it's also 86, it's from my previous ladder run. I don't know which one actually. And then what do we have here? We have like the full Natalia set, right? And we have a lot of perfect topaz, so also we have more magic find, it's 125. Not even having the gold wrap yet. We have like a cable here, we have like some random ring, Ravenfrost of course, Atmos is kind of nice against the Fuzzy Moon. So that's the annoying part of the Bladesin. If one of the council members can spawn physically immune, so that's kind of annoying if you don't have Atmos yet, but Atmos is pretty cheap. The Rhyme Shield, the Laying on Hands, and yeah, that's kind of it. In terms of gear, I don't know, I feel like this is cheaper. I mean, the Talia set you just get sometimes for free, I guess. The weapon is pretty rare, so if you're playing solo self-found, it's pretty hard to find though. Like the other stuff on the Paladin would be easier to find than the weapon here alone, I would say. But the advantage of the Bladesin is just that, you know, you can just use Dusk Shroud. No, Cloak of Shadows, sorry. Dusk Shroud is an item. Cloak of Shadows, and then they're not doing much. The damage is like insane, right? And I'm just standing here. I don't need to position as much as with the hammers to make sure like the hammers. Hey, I found 3 flawless amethyst. That's kind of cute. Don't have to reposition as much, and like, so I'm kind of missing my Blade Fury Assassin. It's kind of the point. Although the thumbnail tells a different story, but I wanted to try out the Hammerdin, and the cool thing with the Hammerdin is, let's go back to him, that it's more easy to farm different areas than just Travincal, right? It's kind of annoying with the positioning of the hammer sometimes, but for example, I did some River of Flame when there was a TC on it, but it's also a Terror Zone, but it's also a TC 85 zone in of itself. So you can also just really go ham here, because there's a lot of demons and undeads, and some even approach you, which just makes it easier to hit with the hammers. And the hammers do extra damage against demons and undeads, so that's great. It's kind of the versatility. I mean, the Blade Freezing can also go everywhere, but for example, a Cane Sanctuary with all the physically immune ghosts is really annoying. So overall, the Hammerdin is more balanced in a farming approach. Like you can do more areas, but I feel like you need more gear to be be sustained, to be sturdy enough, because I really had a few deaths with him. And with my Blade Prison, I don't remember having like maybe like 1 or 2, if I were like not paying attention. Because the Antalya set just gives you so much damage reduction. And yeah, then you can also use Fate, and then you also have Cloak of Shadows, right? So yeah, that's kind of my take on it. This is kind of my leather character. I'm just doing some Travincal runs. I'm kind of feeling making like Blade Freezing. Actually found some decent Blade Freezing gear. I actually traded away the claws that I found, but I also found for example, Lance Guard, which is kind of nice as a Blade Freezing. So I also found Hasaru's belt and boots, so I could just start out as a Blade Freezing. Actually found G-Phase, which is good for the damage approach for the Blade Freezing for endgame. Like, yeah. Anyways, I tried out this meta build, and I would say for me, for what I'm doing, trying to do, like Travincal, Blade Freezing is stronger or more safe. But now that I have some gear on this guy, it's pretty chill. It's pretty chill now. Let me go, guys. Know what do you think? Is this meta build worth pursuing further, or are you strictly going for something more exotic? Let me know in the comment section below. Thank you so much for listening, for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Good luck, have fun, and goodbye.